Japan and Australia are presenting a unified front in Tokyo after Japan accused the Chinese military of carrying out what it describes as a dangerous mid-air action near Okinawa. The allegation concerns an incident in which Chinese aircraft reportedly locked their radar onto Japanese Self-Defense Force fighter jets, prompting an immediate diplomatic protest from Tokyo. The meeting between Japanese Defence Minister Shinjiro Koizumi and Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles took place in the Japanese capital as both governments evaluated what this encounter means for regional security and for the evolving strategic environment in the Indo-Pacific. The visit opened with a formal greeting. Cameras captured the two ministers shaking hands before entering the discussion room. Their exchange reflected the seriousness of the moment, occurring less than 24 hours after the radar locking incident off Okinawa. Officials from both sides took their seats as the meeting began, with Koizumi positioned alongside senior members of the Japanese defense establishment. During the talks, the Japanese minister addressed the issue directly. He confirmed that Tokyo believes two separate radar lock incidents occurred involving Chinese aircraft and Japanese Self-Defense Force jets. He stated that these actions go beyond what is acceptable for routine military operations and pose unnecessary danger to pilots operating in international airspace. There have been two incidents in which Chinese aircraft have directed their radar at Japanese Self-Defense Force aircraft. This recent action constitutes a dangerous act that goes beyond what is necessary for security. He repeated his assessment in a second statement, emphasizing that the radar lock was not within the normal scope of safe aviation conduct. He added, "There have been two incidents where Chinese aircraft directed radar at Japanese Self-Defense Force aircraft. This recent action constitutes a dangerous act that exceeds the necessary scope for the safe operation of aircraft. We have lodged a strong protest with the Chinese side and have firmly requested measures to prevent a recurrence. In response to such actions by China, we will proceed resolutely and calmly, working towards the peace and stability of the region." The Japanese government has not released further technical details of the radar encounter, but officials described the episode as significant and potentially destabilizing. Radar locking is widely interpreted by defense analysts as a threatening gesture because it is often used as a precursor for weapons targeting. Japan's public protest signals the seriousness with which Tokyo views the situation and reflects broader concerns about the frequency of Chinese military actions near Japan's southwestern islands and the East China Sea. Seated across the table, Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles offered a clear message of support for Japan. Australia has faced its own tense encounters with Chinese military aircraft and naval units in recent years, including laser illumination incidents, close aerial intercepts, and unsafe maneuvers in disputed waters. Marles used the Tokyo meeting to reaffirm that both countries share a commitment to a stable Indo-Pacific governed by internationally accepted rules. He said, "Both the Japanese and Australian defence forces are committed to upholding the rules-based world order, which is of fundamental importance to peace and security in the Indo-Pacific region and to maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific region." His comments highlighted an ongoing strategic alignment between Tokyo and Canberra, centered on concerns about China's growing military activities across the region. For both governments, strengthening interoperability and joint readiness has become a key priority. Their cooperation now includes joint exercises, maritime patrol coordination, and expanded defence technology collaboration. Later in the meeting, the Australian minister addressed the radar incident directly. Without disclosing specifics, he noted that Australia has experienced similar interactions with Chinese military forces. He stated, "The events of last night are concerning, and Australia has also experienced concerning events in its interactions with the PLA." The PLA, China's People's Liberation Army, has increased its operations in recent years across the South China Sea, the East China Sea, and the Western Pacific. Multiple governments in the region, including Japan, Australia, the Philippines, and South Korea, have raised concerns about unsafe or aggressive maneuvers. These reports vary in nature, but include radar locks, close aerial passes, water cannon incidents, and military vessels maneuvering at close range. Japan's latest protest to Beijing adds another entry to a pattern of rising tension in contested areas of the Indo-Pacific. The incident near Okinawa took place in a region where Japanese and Chinese forces frequently operate in proximity. The broader area lies near the Senkaku Islands, which Japan administers but China claims as its own territory. Encounters between the two militaries have increased as the strategic competition between their governments intensifies. The meeting in Tokyo therefore served two parallel purposes. First, it allowed Japan to directly brief a key regional partner on the specifics of the incident and on its diplomatic response to Beijing. Second, it provided Australia an opportunity to publicly express alignment with Japan's stance on maintaining a rules-based environment at sea and in the air. Throughout the discussion, both ministers emphasized their countries' expanding defense relationship. Japan and Australia have strengthened their security cooperation through several recent agreements, including frameworks for reciprocal access and broader defense collaboration. These partnerships aim to enhance joint operations, allow for smoother deployment of forces, and create a shared baseline for responding to regional security challenges. In recent years, Tokyo and Canberra have also cooperated more closely with the United States, as all three governments highlight the importance of stability and transparency in the Indo-Pacific. China's military modernization and assertive posture have become central topics of these trilateral engagements. The radar incident near Okinawa reinforces concerns that unplanned or unsafe interactions could escalate quickly, making communication and coordinated planning essential. Inside the Tokyo meeting room, officials listened carefully as the two ministers outlined similar assessments of the evolving security environment. Japan's position centres on preventing escalation while reinforcing deterrence. Australia's approach emphasises the maintenance of international norms and the need for clear, predictable behaviour by all military actors operating in the region. The exchange underscored the shared view that incidents involving radar locking or other high-risk manoeuvres contribute to destabilising conditions at a time when the Indo-Pacific is already experiencing heightened military activity. Both governments have made repeated calls for professionalism, communication, and restraint across regional airspace and waters. Japan's diplomatic protest to China aligns with a broader trend among regional nations seeking transparency and accountability in military operations. While Beijing has not yet issued a public response to this specific allegation, previous incidents have led Chinese officials to deny wrongdoing or accuse other countries of provocative operations near Chinese territory. The timing of the radar incident and the Tokyo meeting underscores how operational developments and diplomatic engagements increasingly intersect. Defence dialogues now frequently include immediate assessments of incidents that occur only hours or days earlier. These exchanges allow governments to coordinate messaging and ensure that their responses remain consistent with international expectations. As the meeting concluded, both ministers reiterated a commitment to advancing bilateral cooperation. They emphasized that shared security concerns require sustained coordination, regular joint training, and open communication between their defense establishments. The Tokyo talks also serve as preparation for upcoming multilateral engagements, where Japan and Australia are expected to continue promoting stability and adherence to the rules-based international order. The radar lock episode near Okinawa remains the central issue shaping this latest dialogue. Japan's public characterization of the incident as a dangerous act, combined with Australia's acknowledgement of similar concerns, reflects the seriousness with which both countries view China's military conduct in the region. The situation highlights ongoing pressures in the Indo-Pacific, where increased military activities by several powers have raised the risk of miscalculation. For now, Japan's response remains diplomatic, and Australia's message underscores solidarity with its regional partner. The meeting in Tokyo closes with both governments signalling continued cooperation and a shared determination to address security challenges through coordinated, measured, and transparent actions. The radar incident remains under scrutiny as regional governments monitor developments and await any official communication from Beijing. Japan and Australia now move forward with a unified position after the radar lock incident, reinforcing their commitment to regional stability and the rules-based order in the Indo-Pacific.